Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
We have an update on the MMIP case we first told you about in 2022. That July, the body of Maria Makes Him First was found in Pine Ridge. We were there for her funeral as her loved ones gathered to say goodbye. Now, more than a year later, an 18-year-old man is accused of killing her.
Jonathan Eagle Elk is charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder. 1 count is for Maria Makes Him First. The other charge is for 51-year-old Lewis Swiftbird, who was killed 2 days later. Court documents accuse Eagle Elk of beating them both to death. He appeared in federal court and pleaded not guilty. 2 men are in the Minnehaha County Jail facing several charges following 2 weekend drug busts. Samuel Bird is being held on a $50,000 cash-only bond. In court, a prosecutor said he had more than 100 fentanyl pills, along with shards of meth and a scale.
Damian Pena is being held on a $25,000 cash-only bond. He's accused of running from police on Friday night and having cocaine and magic mushrooms, along with several other drugs. Church members and officials vow they'll rebuild the Holy Innocents Episcopal Church on the Rosebud Reservation. The church was destroyed in a fire on Saturday morning. A fire official says the church was already engulfed in flames when the call came in. A cross and bell were pulled from the rubble.
The church has been an important part of life in Parmelee for more than 100 years. The state fire marshal and federal alcohol, tobacco, and firearms department are investigating. To learn more about the church's role in the community, check out a KELOLAND.com original by Ray Yost right here on our website.
Plenty of kids going to be out trick-or-treating tonight, and it's going to be a bit chilly out there, Scott.
Oh, that it will. Starting cold. You know, we have wind chills this morning in the single digits, some of us just barely above 0. Strong winds this morning will die down as we go through the day. The cold air will stay with us. Mostly sunny skies. Temperatures only in the 30s for afternoon highs, and that will cover central and eastern KELOLAND. We may sneak to the 40s in western South Dakota. Slow warming trend begins tomorrow, and we'll have to watch for a chance for showers this coming weekend. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Well, kids will soon be creeping the streets for their favorite Halloween treats. And Sioux Falls police want to remind people to drive slowly in neighborhoods and watch out for the costume-wearing kiddos.
If you're out collecting candy in the darkness, you might want to consider making yourself and your kids more visible to drivers.
If at all possible, throw some sort of reflective material on your costumes. Other things that work really well are those glow-in-the-dark snap lights. Work really well, especially if you add it to your costume as a bracelet.
It's not just pedestrian safety you'll have to worry about tonight, though. There's a chance some bone-chilling temperatures will be in the area, too. So remember to bundle up with coats, hats, and gloves. A Sioux Falls Child Care Center will soon be closing. Good Shepherd Lutheran Church will no longer offer daycare after November 10th. A pastor with the church said the early childhood center has struggled with rising costs and the worker shortage since the pandemic.
He says it's no longer financially feasible. The president of Sioux Falls Thrive says the upcoming closure is more proof of a broken child care system. She says local or state governments and employers should be a part of the solution.
We claim to be a family-friendly state and family-friendly community, but only can we be family-friendly if our working families are able to have access to affordable child care.
Good Shepherd is working with families and staff affected by the closure. A 13-year-old from Kimball spent the last 2 summers running his own food shack to raise money for veterans.
Jet Kirsch and his family served hundreds of meals and raised more than $5,000 for Midwest Honor Flight.
At first, I thought that we were just going to have like 30, 40 people come every here and then, but then it turns out we had other people cooking ribs and donating other food, so then a bunch of people started coming, and I think this year we got a record of 105 people that came.
Jed started his fundraiser after learning about his own family's history in the military.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather today, well, of course, it is the advertised cold conditions. The wind is fairly strong, too, across western Minnesota. We expect that the wind speeds will be decreasing throughout the afternoon, so that will be helpful here and hopefully improving the feels-like temperature a little bit. But we're still stuck in the 30s for highs from Aberdeen to Sioux Falls, Watertown as well. Some high clouds will try to move into the picture here. Rapid City closer to 40. This evening, again, with the lighter winds, that's probably the best of the weather stories because obviously the air temperature, not very warm at 6 o'clock here. We're probably within a degree or two of 30, and then we'll cool off overnight in the 20s. The wind will pick up out of the south by daybreak, 10 to 20, and then we'll carry that wind into Wednesday, and I'm expecting overall our forecast a little bit warmer here, a lot more 40s on the maps, maybe a couple 50s along the Nebraska and South Dakota border. And then you'll see more of those 50s trying to nudge into the forecast toward the end of the work week. And I think overall the weather forecast, dry for a while. We'll see how the weekend pans out. There probably will be a few more showers coming back on the scene as we bring in some Pacific storm systems, and then of course most of that gets wrung out across the Rockies. But the other thing it does, it actually pivots some milder air back in here, and you can see that kind of noses into portions of South Dakota, Nebraska, and Kansas as we turn the bend into the weekend. So overall here, I think we'll take those talking points here into the first few days of November. 31 today, Brookings, your forecast high, 32 in Marshall, 41 in Rapid City, your 7-day forecast. On up we go, 49 Thursday, 53 on Friday, and then those low 50s will be hanging around into the weekend. But again, some chances of rain showers. I'm kind of targeting Sunday, Monday, a little better chance in that window of time, but it's still several days away, so a lot of details to work out. Aberdeen also will carry a chance of showers Sunday, Monday, highs in the mid to upper 40s. Most of the 7-day forecast. And for Pierre and Central South Dakota, a few 50s showing up here Friday into Saturday. I would expect more of that trend toward the Nebraska border, and also back into Rapid City. We should have several days in the 50s. So enjoy that. Check out more details of the weather online at KELOLAND.com.